everybody, it's Scotty J. Welcome back to Rock Titan Live. Got a very cool guest with us today. And, it's been a while. It's been a little while since we've, featured some really hardcore stuff. But this band, Currents, oh, they bring it, baby. They bring it, all day long. We got lead singer Brian Wille with us. Brian, how you doing, man?
I'm good, man. How's it going?
Oh, it's going, it's absolutely crazy. It's crazy. But, how's everything going to end, man? How's everything going to end, with everything going on? The Way It Ends, brand new album, June 5th.
Seems like it's already ending, I guess. I mean, it seems like we're on the upswing here a little, but hopefully I don't know how it really ends. But
It's funny, though, because it's like, the way you guys have come up with your album titles, even including your EP, I'm thinking, oh man, the place I feel safest, is right in my own home. Unless I let the devil in which case if I let the devil in, that's the way it ends.
that's the way it ends, man.
So
Exactly.
there you go. And of course, I Let the Devil In was your EP that you put out, I don't know, a couple years ago, I guess, maybe a little over a year ago, between, somewhere in that 18-month range. But, the big deal here, the big deal is your second full-length album, because that's most oftentimes the most defining album. So, dude, you got to be pretty thrilled about it coming out June 5th. And then, of course, I'm sure you had a lot of touring plans, though, huh?
Yeah, we had a lot of touring plans going on. We were supposed to be on tour right now. We're supposed to be in Europe, and that is unfortunately not a thing. But I think that one is canceled entirely. But we had a few other. We had like some summer stuff, and we had some like end of the year stuff. But it seems like most of those things are just whoop, they're just gonna move to like next year, which is ideal given what's going on. I would rather have it get postponed than canceled, and then you
Everyone,
can still look forward to it.
yeah, well, everyone will be able to cover their faces with a flag, maybe, keep the germs away, you know,
Yeah,
and then take it off when everyone's just done with everything, just over it, Take that flag off your face and just wave it. A flag to wave. Yeah.
yeah,
Oh.
you got it right there in your hand already.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I am being a total cornball right now. So have at me in the comments, everybody. Have at me. I don't give a damn, because Brian's the man. Brian is the man. So yeah, it's funny because I know you guys have been touring like relentlessly. I mean, for 4 years there. For a good long stretch since you came out with your debut album. I mean, like you were saying, you were going to be over in Europe, but you guys are, kind of road dogs. And I know that for a lot of artists that have just been going and going and going, I ask them how they feel right now. Given everything we're dealing with the coronavirus and quarantining and social distancing, and some of them are like, oh man, no, I got to be out there, I live for the road life, and some guys are like, man, I actually, this is great. I love being at home right now, just being at home, doing some writing, creating new material, just kind of having some downtime, if you will. So where does Brian stand on this?
Yeah, after the initial burn, I feeling pretty good now, honestly. Like, been spending some time like at home doing. I've been focusing on a lot of like non-music projects. Like, been doing some renovations on the house. Been doing some arts and crafts with my girlfriend. Trying to like, get some other stuff going. And I kind of noticed that seems to be the trend now. Is like, people the friends of mine that were the most down about it are now the most like, let's do something, let's go, come on, like, everybody's kind of, there's this new motivation I feel like everyone kind of has lately. And I guess it's been good because you can focus on other stuff that maybe is not what you were doing when everything shut down, but sometimes that's a good thing.
Right on, right on. Now, The Way It Ends, coming out June 5th. How long has that actually been wrapped up? And where I'm going with this is, when's the last time you actually wrote a song, a new song?
So this one, the lag time is a little less than normal. So when we had The Place I Feel Safest, that was written in 2016, It was finished in 2016 and then released the summer of 2017. It was almost a whole year after, and
Okay.
then which is crazy to me now that I think about it.
It's fast
Then
turnaround.
I yeah, very very fast turnaround. Then I let the devil in. I think we finished that in October, and then that was out by December, so that was like no time at all. That was crazy. And then this one was a little bit like, yeah, this was another one. This is We finished it. Now that I'm thinking about it, we finished it in June, like, or no, we finished tracking in July. So it was like written in June, and then we finished tracking in July, and then it was kind of just mixing, mastering, get everything ready. Oh, we have this tour coming up, and it was kind of just things got, you know, not pushed back so much as it was. It didn't feel like the right time to release it, and we waited until like, okay, this is our time. And then of course, right as we start our rollout, all of this craziness starts happening. So you gotta love it, but we couldn't push it back anymore. There's no way.
Yeah, right on. Yeah, not when you've had the reputation for coming out with new material in such quick succession. But how's this journey been for you guys, man? I mean, you guys are getting some real mad props. I mean, you've been uh, put kind of in the same conversation, with a lot of the bands in your genre that have been around a long time, that have had some really, really insane success. August Burns Red, Code Orange, Michigan, and I mean, these guys are juggernauts, man. And
Hmm.
there you are. I mean, you guys are touring with them. You're in the same conversation with these guys, and there's bands that play for a long dang time before they get any kind of real recognition, and for you guys,
Yeah.
not that you didn't pay your dues, you certainly have, but you got some mad props right out of the gate. What's that feeling like?
It's kind of bizarre. Like to tour with like August Burns Red and to tour with We Came as Romans and like Fit for a King and stuff. And it's not like a thing of like, oh wow, we did all these things. We're so cool. It's a thing of like, that's insane. Because I listened to all those bands, like I grew up like Composure. I remember trying to like listen to Composure and like try to learn how to scream. It's so weird. And then I literally just talked to Jake on the phone yesterday, and it's like, dude, what is going on? It's like the weirdest thing ever.
Oh,
But I love it. It's just like adjusting to like a new normal, I guess. And I want to kind of prove that I feel like we have a lot to prove right now. And it's like we have to kind of justify any attention that we've been given, or else I feel like you know, it's going to fizzle out, which is what we don't want. I would like to be able to remain in the conversation and be part of the context, because I love this kind of music. I love this scene, and to contribute in any way is a blessing. It's awesome.
well, and then there's always the hope and the dream that you might actually be able to make a living doing what you love too, and not have to worry about doing anything else other than focus on your craft and what you're truly passionate about, you know. And just looking at some of the songs off the way it ends, Second Skin, Poverty of Self, A Flagged Wave. That's like your first song, and you got the official music video out there for it. Kill the Ache, which, man alive,
Oh yeah.
I did everything in my power the other day, man, to kill the ache, and the next morning wasn't so good. It was like I'm trying to kill this ache, and then the next morning I got a totally different ache to kill. But I love the songwriting, man, and I love your style. I love your style of vocals. You definitely do have your own distinctive sound. And like I was telling you, like kind of off the record, there's the music that you hear, and you can get into it, you like it, but then there's the music that you feel, and I felt emotionally like stimulated by your music. Have you ever heard that
Good.
from anyone else before? I mean, has that been kind of um, a feeling that any of your other fans have shared with you, how much you've affected them with your music?
I think that has kind of been not a talking point so much, but I think it's come up a few times where for whatever reason we kind of have that way of forming an emotional connection that some other bands just don't for whatever reason. And I think I mean it has a lot to do, like Chris is an incredibly talented songwriter. He's like our main composer instrumentally, and then I'll go in and do vocals, and I write all the lyrics. Like everything comes from, like, lyrically it comes from me, and then we'll kind of like tweak it from there. But I try to put as much time into it as possible, and I always like writing, and I always liked trying to tell stories and evoke emotion somehow, like I feel like that's part of being an entertainer is wanting to kind of like make people feel things. So try to do that every time. And if I'm feeling it, like if I can sit through it and be like, whew, okay, that's pretty intense, then I know that will hopefully carry over to other people.
I love that. I love that. Now, I've never had the privilege of seeing you guys live yet, but hopefully when things all kind of return to some sense of normalcy, I'll have a chance to get out there and see you guys live. But I have seen some videos of you guys performing live. And I know that a lot of your last tour was featured in Flag to Wave in the official music video.
Oh, yeah.
So, I mean, the one thing I can definitely see is how energized and how animated you guys are on stage. I mean, you've got a killer live stage presence. And that's what people want to see, man. They don't want to just see a bunch of guys, belting out their gutturals and just, playing up there stoically and whatnot. I mean, they want to see some beasts out there. They want to see some animals up there on stage. And you guys definitely bring that to the table. Was there any other band out there that particularly influenced you as an artist where you kind of wanted to model, the way you went about things live?
Anytime a band is just interesting when they play on stage is, good enough for me. Like, so our bassist, Chin, he used to be in a band called Lions, and they were all just, like on stage acrobats. These dudes are like spinning their guitars and flipping around and flopping around and being crazy. And so that's the world that like Chin kind of came from, is like get in there and just give it your all and just go nuts. And so he's brought kind of a new energy to the band that, like, we always tried to make sure that we were like moving, but he is just taking it to another level entirely. And then Chris and Ryan, like, to their credit, parts are really hard. Like, they're just sitting there like playing like psychos the entire time, and for them to be able to move or bang their heads at all, I'm like, yeah, A+, sounds good. And then it's like having Chin go crazy kind of lets me focus more on what I'm doing, because I would rather do crazy vocal stuff than tire myself out by like going crazy. And having long hair kind of helps because I can like spin it around,
You're right on, man. I wish I could do that. But yeah, so your guys can walk and chew gum. That's a good thing. That's a good skill to have.
Very coordinated.
Yeah. And again, everybody, we are here with Brian Wille, the frontman of Currents, and they got their brand new album, The Way It Ends, coming out June 5th. So, man, have you done any new writing since you wrapped up the writing on The Way It Ends? Obviously, I mean, we've been in quarantine for God knows, a couple months now. I haven't been able to really go anywhere or do anything. You were talking earlier about, some of the stuff you're just kind of doing around the house. Has that included any new songwriting?
So Chris has been putting together some new stuff, and he'll periodically send over some new heat every once in a while. And I'm kind of slow when it comes to writing. It takes me a little while because I feel like I have to have something happen that makes that song happen. And I'm kind of taking the time to like really embrace, like, all right, you're going to listen to this track over and over. You're going to sit there and you're going to ruminate on this one track for like a few days, and just as you think of lines, just kind of write them down and really embrace the slow process, which we haven't gotten to do in a long time. So
Right on.
I'm taking it slow. I don't know. I don't know what Chris's pace is like. I'm gonna be seeing him tomorrow, so
Okay, cool, cool,
I
cool.
I'll have to talk to him about it. But I like to kind of, if I can, do things slowly and naturally, and I feel like it comes out better.
Right on. So you really do feed off the other guys. You kind of see what they've done first, and then you throw your part into it.
Yeah, what you want to do, I think, is you want to complement the song, right? And it's hard to like write lyrics to a song when you know it's not 100% done. Like the songs that we have right now, it's like, I feel like when you get the first draft of a song, it's usually going to have some alterations. Like it's gonna be like, this riff is just kind of like a copy paste thing, or like this riff is like yeah, maybe this part goes away now or it gets replaced by something else. And it's like and then you'll have something written there, and then now you have to kind of adjust, and then
Right on.
that feels weird because you're like, but it's this way, It's so I like to kind of make my first moves lightly, and not get too attached to anything, so that like if things eventually do change, I'm ready and I'm like able to adjust.
Right on. Right on. All right. So some parting thoughts here. Some parting thoughts. What is it, I guess, the most that you would like your fan base to take away from this particular album versus anything else you've done before? And then just, in terms of these crazy times that we're in right now, what would you like to just kind of convey to your fans as they're anxiously waiting to catch up with you on tour again? Because I went out, I saw all the comments, whether it was your YouTube videos or whether it was your social media, Facebook, and all that. I mean, you got a passionate fan base that desperately wants to see you guys live again. So what do you just want to kind of implant on their brain about this upcoming album, and what can they expect when you finally get back out there?
Whew. When we get back out there, just expect a way more motivated, way more energetic, way more excited live set than ever before. Because it'll be a long time coming by the time we actually get to physically play in front of people. Just learn the songs, get them ready. We're gonna practice as much as we can to make them perfect, and we'll see everyone as soon as we can make shows happen again. Or maybe we're gonna try to like figure some way out to celebrate the record, but we don't know what we're gonna do yet. So just keep an eye out, and we hope you enjoy the record, and sit through the lyrics and take some time, and hopefully you feel it.
Yeah. Now,
That's what we want.
when you put out your music, do you publish the lyrics with the music when you put that out there?
I would like to find a way to make it more accessible, because we put them in the liner notes and stuff, but I kind of want to like go on those lyric sites and just submit them myself so they don't get like weird, because I feel like that happens.
Right.
People will just get excited and they're not anywhere, so people will just type whatever they hear and put it on like all the lyric sites, and then nobody knows the real lyrics for like 2 months. So I think I'm gonna go on there. I think I'm just gonna go to all the major lyric sites and just send them so that they're actually right.
Smart move. Smart move. Well, Brian, thank you so much for joining us on Rock Titan Live, man. It has been a pleasure getting to know you, and I always love meeting a fellow ginger, man. Us Reds need to stay together, man.
Oh yeah.
We're kissed
Oh
by
yeah.
fire. We're kissed by fire, man. So you gotta stay tight.
It's a good song name, Kissed by Fire.
There you go, man. Something new to think about for the next one, for your third full-length album. But
There we
again,
go.
everybody, yes, we are here with Brian Wille from Currents, and they got their brand new album, The Way It Ends, coming out June the 5th. Be on the lookout for it. And everybody, stay safe, be cool, be patient. I got the feeling that, we're gonna be out there. We're gonna be out there soon enough, and these guys will help you kill the ache. Yeah? Yeah? All right. Scotty J, Rock Titan Live. We're out.